A lot of people like to do nice spreads like this, where they have the cards spread out on the table and do fancy stuff like this. This is not as hard as it looks. It has everything to do with your surface. If I were to do this on like a shiny table, like a glass table, it's not gonna happen. Like it would just fall down like any house of cards. So what you need is a nice surface that's gonna have friction enough to pick up the cards. So take a look at this. That is just friction and my index finger doing all the work. So let's get into how to do that. You want to hold this grip, you want to have your thumb on one of the short sides and your index finger is loose, so is your little finger. Your ring and long finger is on the sides. You take your index finger here on the long side, place the deck down, and when you're ready to spread the cards, you will just let go with the rest of your hand except for your index finger. Put a lot of pressure here, and you see how straight my finger is? That's gonna make it easier to do that. Okay? Now practice that like a million times. So as you see, I take the cards. They're perfectly squared, by the way. And then I take it down, index finger, spread. I put even pressure on this, but I make sure to only have pressure on this part of the finger. But what if you want to do the fancy thing that I just did, where the cards go back and forth and you can turn them over like that? Let me show you how to do that next. So you have the cards like this, and you want them to turn over. This is called a ribbon spread, and if you want this to turn over, it's called a ribbon spread turnover. So you're here, you go here to the bottom card, you grab it, see that? You have your thumb on the sides, you grab here, and you just lift up. And you see how my hand is hovering over the cards. I'm actually putting so little pressure on this. As I told you, either too much or too little. We're gonna do that one more time. You have the cards, go up here. And when you're ready, you can actually add your other hand to spread them open, like so. Look at that. And when you wanna bring this back together, you just bring one of your hands to this side, one to this side, and you just squeeze them in like so. And if you find yourself in this position where you have the cards look messy like this, I like to do this super fancy move. It's not really fancy, but it looks good. When you take these, like your claws, you go in on the sides and you just squeeze in like so. Squeeze in, squeeze in. You can do this with these two or these three. Look at that. So you're here, spread the cards, turn them over, bring them in, you want to square them up. There you go. You can also, of course, do the turnover with a card. So you're in the same position, you just grab a card, and you see that? I'm just flexing it up, gently, look at this, super gently, back and forth. How pretty is this? Ah, the sound. So that's how you do a nice spread.